Oh, you made me jump.
Oh, I'm sorry. The door was open, so I came right in. Many happy returns.
Thank you.
And many of them.
Well, I hope so.
There.
Oh, you shouldn't have brought me anything.
I didn't. I baked some scones. I thought they might come in useful. You're still having a little tea party this afternoon?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
And thank you very much. And thank you for your card.
Oh, you got it then?
Yes.
Oh, you've got quite a few, haven't you?
Yes.
Happy birthday from one old devil to another.
Oh, that's from Sonny Jim.
Who's Sonny Jim?
Oh, Jed Stowe. He were one of my lodgers before Charlie.
Oh, 31 and 6.
Oh, he's just being daft.
Oh, one from Jerry Booth.
Oh, yes, he never forgets my birthday. I think I'll invite him to tea.
Oh, that's a good idea. How many's coming?
Oh, just me and you and Mr. Tatlock and Charlie.
Have you not had one from Mrs. Sharples?
No.
I thought she was your best friend.
Oh, she is.
Well, it looks like it.
Oh, well, she's probably sent one. You see, it takes a few days to come from America.
Well, she might have made sure that you got it for your birthday.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Of course it matters, and you know it. You're disappointed, aren't you?
No.
You are.
No, not really.
Go on, admit it.
Oh, well, perhaps I am just a bit. But it'll come, you'll see.
Aye, too late.
Oh, well, better late than never. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah, would that?
I'll go and put the kettle on.
Happy birthday.
She's brewing up.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Midgley. How are you feeling?
Fair middling.
Oh. Hey, what do you think I should get her for her birthday?
Nay, how should I know? Why don't you ask her?
Oh, I have done, but she won't tell me. She says it won't be a surprise if she knows about it. It'd make it easier for me if she smoked, you know.
He'll be up in a minute. Oh, morning, Charlie.
Morning, love. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, here we are. Special delivery.
Oh, it's from Ina. What did I tell you?
Mrs. Caldwell,
Oh, I knew she wouldn't forget my birthday. She might be in America, but she won't forget her old pal.
Mrs. Caldwell,
Oh. It's not from Ina.
no, that's what I was trying to tell you. It's from me, you see. I forgot to post it last night, you see, and I thought, well, do you like it?
Oh, yes, it's very nice, Charlie.
Mom, I'm going now. I'm going, Mom. Mom!
Are you shouting?
Not much. Where have you been?
I've just been across the corner shop to see if they were open. I've run out of fags.
Oh, I've one of mine.
You all right?
Of course it's all right.
Not going to blow up in the face or out, is it?
Would you like me to smoke it for you?
No, I managed to.
Mum, you'll be all right when I'm gone, won't you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you won't let it get you down or out like that, will you?
Too late, Dennis. It already has got me down.
Yeah, but you won't do out daft, will you?
What do you mean, out down?
Oh, you know, daft, you know what I mean?
No, love. I won't out daft.
Good. When did they say the inquest was?
Tomorrow at 11.
Do you want me to go with you?
No.
Well, I will if you want me to, you know.
No, no. Not the inquest I'm worrying about. Oh, I know they'll ask me a lot of questions and it won't be my idea of spending a pleasant morning, but that's not what's worrying me. It's meeting his wife I'm worried about.
Oh, aye, she'll be there. I've forgotten about that.
I haven't. You know she's going to hate me for the rest of her life. Whatever I say, she's not going to believe me. You know, it seems so daft. She's going to always be wondering about her husband. Some little corner of her mind. Wondering.
Well, as long as you tell the truth, I shouldn't worry.
I know. I don't care what she thinks about me. That doesn't matter. But it seems a pity with her husband, Dad, that, well, in his last month, she thinks she couldn't trust him.
Yeah. Hey, look at the time. I'd best be off. I'll see you tonight.
Hey, before you go.
Yeah, where is it?
Don't think I'm not grateful for what you did for me last night in the Rovers.
Oh,
Yes, it was, and I'm very grateful for you doing it, but Dennis, I'm in enough trouble without you causing any more ill feeling round here.
Annie Walker had no right to give you away to police.
Oh, that's as maybe. They'd have found out.
Yeah, but that doesn't excuse what she did. She gets on my wick at times, but she's had a few things to say about me as well since last night. Mind you, I've always said that Dennis Tanner was no good.
Mind you, Mrs. Ogden, I had my Dennis Tanner for sticking up for his mother like he did.
Hey,
what?
Oh, yes.
Well, he was proper nasty to you.
Yes, but the boy obviously thought he had cause for saying what he did.
Well, I don't like to say out, Mrs. Walker, and I hope you won't think I'm taking sides, but so do I.
Really?
Well, I mean, you didn't have to tell the police who it were, did you?
I suppose that's what they all think.
Oh, I can't speak for anybody else.
You don't have to. I've lived round here long enough to know what goes on in their tiny little minds. Only last night, in this very bar, they were condemning Elsie Tanner and accusing her of all sorts of things, and now I'm the scapegoat for telling the truth.
Yeah, well, couldn't you just said you didn't know who it was?
Yes, I could, Mrs. Ogden, but I didn't. And do you know why? Because I happen to believe Mrs. Tanner.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Just this. If I had covered up for her and told the police a falsehood, it would have been tantamount to admitting that Jack and I thought the worst of Mrs. Tanner. The very fact that we told the truth proves that as far as we're concerned, we believe her completely. And now, if you don't mind, Mrs. Ogden, I think it's high time that the floors were mopped.
Well, I've never known any Walker stuck for words before, but she were last night.
Sardines in oil or tomato?
Tomato, please.
I didn't think Dennis Tanner had it in him.
No, no more did I.
Why not?
Eh?
Well, why don't you think he had it in him?
Well, it's all like him. He's usually that wrapped up in himself, he hasn't time to bother about other folk.
Oh, Mr. Tatlock's right. His type don't usually act the way he did.
No, that's just it. Well, I mean, people aren't this type or that type. They're people who can behave in any way they want to. You can't just tie a label round folks' necks saying, type A, expected to behave in such and such a way. I mean, we're human beings and we all act in a funny way at times.
Oh, you've got a lot to learn, lad.
Well, it's like saying all Germans at save.
Well, exactly. That proves our point.
Yeah, and you'll find it out when you grow older, Jerry.
Well, I'm glad you two aren't in the United Nations for a start.
Oh, a bit of discipline wouldn't do any harm to that lot, I'll tell you.
Won't be a minute, Dad. I'm just going out.
Hey, it's a lot of work wants doing.
I said there won't be a minute. Can I get out?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just fixing up a new bell for you.
It works. Oh, that's a loud thing.
Ah, just what I wanted, so I'll be able to hear when I'm out in backyard.
Many happy returns, Mrs. Calder.
Yeah, happy birthday, love.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for your cards.
Another year older, eh?
Yes, it's funny, isn't it? How short your life seems when you get older.
Aye, time just flashes by.
Whereabouts do you want your steps, Mr. Petty?
Put 'em out in backyard, will you, lad?
All right.
We got it up a minute since, didn't he?
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah. We were talking about Dennis Tanner at Rovers last night.
Oh, yes.
Mind you, I blame Elsie.
What for?
Well, if she hadn't let this fella pick her up, she wouldn't have been in this mess, would she?
Well, I thought he'd just given her a lift.
Well, happen he did and happen he didn't. Just unfortunate that it were Elsie.
Aye, very unfortunate.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, she has got a bit of a reputation. Don't forget, during the war, you...
Good morning, Mrs.
Hello,
Tanner.
hello, Elsie.
Did you want something, Mrs. Tanner?
I'll have 10 fags, please.
Right. 10 cigarettes. There we are. I'll put 'em on orders, right?
Thank you. I hope I'm not disturbing anything.
Oh, yes, Mr. Papadopoulos. Very trustworthy. Well, no, we actually haven't discussed salary yet, but I think that about, £5. About £5 basic, plus our usual commission. Yes, Mr. Papadopoulos. Very good, Mr. Papadopoulos. Goodbye, Mr. Papadopoulos.
What did he say? Have I got the job?
He's left it entirely up to me. If I want to engage you, I can.
Oh, smashing. You do want to, don't you?
Well, I most certainly do. When do you want to start?
How about tomorrow?
That'd be marvellous, but are you sure it's all right for you?
Oh, yeah. I'd start now if I could, but my dad says there's some work wants doing in the shop.
What does he say about you getting a job?
Oh, not very much.
You have told him, haven't you?
Yeah. What time shall I start tomorrow?
Mr. Papadopoulos always likes us to be in the shop at 5 minutes to 9. Oh, and we'll want your insurance card and P45.
P what?
P45, it's for income tax. You get it from your previous employer.
Never had a previous employer.
Oh, well, perhaps head office will be able to deal with that. What about an insurance card?
Never had one of them either.
Oh, dear.
Well, where would I get one from?
I think you'll have to go down to the Labour Exchange in town.
I'll go this afternoon. Hey, a proper job at last. I can't wait to tell Dennis. Starting work tomorrow.
I don't know. One publican stands up in court and says that froth is beer and he gets away with it and they think they can all have a go then. You've got to watch him, you know.
And while you're on guard, Mr. Fairclough, I wonder would you mind watching the door? And if anyone comes in, letting me know in that loud voice of yours. I shall be watching the lunch.
Hey, is Ken Barlow still looking for a car? So I'll snip out round this morning, bereavement, you know.
Aye, well, if he is, I hope you keep it to yourself, mate. Because I'm not doing anything more for that Ken Barlow lad. 3 miles he dragged me, you know, to look at a lot of old rubbish.
I've been thinking of getting a car. No, I've been thinking about it. Well, I was thinking about paying the deposit, then I thought about paying the first instalment.
And then you stopped thinking.
Aye, round about that time it was.
Yeah. You know, I went past that big car park down Bridge Street yesterday. Why, a fair cramp to bursting. You'd think they cost £10 each, wouldn't you?
Ah, but they don't, though.
Right, then I'll go and earn myself a few coppers, eh? I'm just nipping down the road a piece and won't be long, mate. I'll pick you up, eh?
Right. Ta-da. Ta-da.
What don't cost 6p each?
Cars, love.
Oh, yeah.
No, I wouldn't mind having a car of my own. No, straight up. Purely for personal reasons, not for pleasure, you know.
What personal reasons?
Oh, I only got them a couple of days back. There I was, as nice as you please, observing the highway code. I look right, I look left, I look right again, and I'm halfway across this zebra when suddenly a car takes the back out of my suit.
Well, really?
Well, near enough. I mean, it was embarrassing. I finished up in this woman's shopping basket. I recovered, though. I got his number.
Oh, what do you do with it?
I wrote it down on the back of an envelope. Here we are. I'll get him. GRA 439C.
And what good's that going to do?
Well, that's what I want the car for. I'll find him. This car against the back of my suit's one thing, but when I've got my own, oh.
Yes, but Mr. Moffat, there are so many personal vendettas on the roads at the moment. You don't really want to add to them, do you?
Well, I can dream, can't I?
Ah, they're a different breed altogether, though, motorists.
Watch it, mate. Over on lorries.
No, I don't mean them. I mean these, one-in-a-car blokes, you know, all queuing up to go to work. Heaven help you if you're on a bike. I mean, I've had some.
Oh, I agree with you there. I see them right off road.
They've lost the use of their legs, you know.
Oh, half of them have to be carried to garage.
Yes, while I agree with you, gentlemen, we must remember, mustn't we, that the motorist is just a human being with our strength and our weaknesses.
Surrounded by a ton of metal.
And going too fast.
Ah, and before you know where you are, bang.
And then there's the inquest.
Oh.
I'm thinking of packing my job in.
What for?
Well, if you must know, I haven't been in for 1 or 2 days, and I don't feel like ever going in again.
You'll feel better after the inquest tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Cheer up, Elsie.
Oh, it's all right for you to sit there saying, cheer up, Elsie. It's all right you being all smug. It's not you it's happening to, it's me. I don't enjoy being miserable, you know.
I feel better for that now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Len. I'm just a bit down, that's all. And them old gas bags don't help.
How were they?
Went to the Pettis just now. Minnie Colwell and Albert Tatlock.
What do they want? What are they saying?
I don't know. But it was obvious they were talking about me. Shut up like 2 kids that have been caught scrumping apples.
You don't worry about them.
It's obvious I'm going to be the topic of conversation from now on.
It's a 9 days wonder, love. It'll soon blow over, you know. Anyway, I've never known you worry about what people say about you before.
I'm sorry, Len. I'm just a bit depressed, that's all. Oh, the exits now.
Me, Jerry, Mrs. Tanner. Mr. Burke.
Come in, Jerry, lad.
Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you, like.
It's all right, Jerry, love. Sit down, take a cup of tea.
Ta.
Well, go on, Wax. Sit down.
Well, I don't think I've time, Mr. Fairclough. We've got a lot of work on, you know.
Is that another dig at me?
No, I'm not going at you, but we are a bit pushed, like.
Ah. I suppose I'd better get my finger out, hadn't I?
Well, you haven't been in much these last couple of days. Mind you, I understand. I know you've had the worry of Mrs. Tanner.
Ah, but there's no point in neglecting business, is there? Right, then. Let's get cracking. First of all, we'll have a cup of tea.
All right.
Yeah, I'll put your own sugar in.
Thanks, Mrs. Tanner.
Hey, don't suppose you're any good at wiping down joints, eh?
I shouldn't think so. Why?
Well, my partner, he's just pointed out that we're a bit behind on in our work. Hey, what have we got on, mate?
Well, you can take your pick. I mean, some of these should have been done last week.
Lead flashing on chimney. Oh, I don't fancy walking round roofs today, do you? Burgess, decorate kitchen, new sink unit. Could do that, I suppose. Gamma Garments, fit and supply new gas water heater. That's the one.
Why?
Gamma Garments.
Do you fancy Miss Nugent or something?
Can't you guess? No, there's one very important reason why we start there.
What's that?
It's nearer the Rovers. Come on, Jerry, lad, get going.
I managed to get them all on the shelves.
Good. Was it correct, 2 dozen?
Yeah.
Right. I think we'll have a change round tomorrow. Put the tin stuff where the cornflakes are.
I won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, you didn't ask me if you could have the day off?
Well, it's not just a day off. I've got a job.
You what?
I start work with Miss Nugent at Gamma Garments tomorrow.
I see. When did all this happen?
Well, I heard she wanted someone, and I offered, and she asked Mr. Papa, whatever his name is, and I start work tomorrow. It's £5 a week plus commission.
I see. That's where you went dashing off to this morning.
Yeah.
Well, you better dash round there again, hadn't you?
What for?
Tell her you won't be starting tomorrow.
But I am.
Oh, no, you're not. I want you here looking after me in the shop.
And I want a job like other girls. I'm fed up looking after you in the shop. It's like being a blinking prisoner.
Don't you raise your voice to me.
Well, I'm starting work tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do about it. I can please myself.
While you're under this roof, you'll do as I say. You're not going.
Oh, yes, I am. And just you try and stop me, or I'll leave home.
You wouldn't.
Oh, wouldn't I? Just you try and see.
You should be able to brew up all day with that one, no?
Yes, well, at least we'll have hot water again. It was terrible last winter, having to wash in freezing water.
Well, they do say it's good for your skin.
While I'm here, Miss Nugent, you wouldn't have any heavy-duty work in church, would you?
We have got some union.
Oh, yeah, well, Jerry's a big union man, you know.
No, I were thinking of something like this, only in denim.
Well, I'll have a look in the stock room. What size are you?
16 neck.
What's the matter with the one you got on?
Well, it's going a bit shabby.
It's all right for work, isn't it?
Well, I like to look reasonable, even though I'm working.
Ah, good idea, yeah. You want to put a crease in your overalls and all. Perhaps I should wear my best suit. That's a good idea. That's a good gimmick, that, isn't it? Fairclough and Booth, the best-dressed plumbers in the business. Decorating done with civility and class.
Hello.
Oh.
I saw your cart outside.
Hello, Mrs. Caldwell.
Hello, darling. Many happy returns, love.
Thank you.
Sweet 16 and never been kissed.
Well, I am 16. I've been looking for you.
What's your Jerry? She's
Oh,
after you.
what did you want then, Mrs.
Well,
Caldwell?
I'm giving a little party this afternoon, and I wanted to invite you.
Oh, me?
Well, there won't be many there, just me and Mrs. Midgley and Mr. Tatlock.
Well, it's very nice of you to ask me, Mrs. Caldwell, and I'd like to come, but I don't think I should be able to manage it.
Oh, dear.
Well, we're a bit pushed with work. Isn't that right, Mr. Fairclough?
Rushed off our feet, love, yeah.
Oh, what a pity.
Still, I dare say I can spare him for half an hour.
Oh, what about Burgess's? I thought we were supposed to be doing their kitchen.
Half an hour won't make any difference either way.
Oh, good. Well, then you'll come. At 3:30 it is.
Right, well, I'll see
I'll
if I can...
personally see to it that he'll be there, my
Oh,
love.
thank you. I've already had one disappointment.
What's that?
I didn't have a card from Ina.
Well, it'll probably come tomorrow.
Oh, well, I hope so. Clara, Mrs. Midgley, says that perhaps she's forgotten. Only Ina wouldn't forget my birthday, would she? I'm sure she wouldn't.
Here we are. 16 collar in a blue denim. It's 19 and 11.
Oh, well, thanks. I'll take it then, Miss Nugent.
Aye, aye, business is brisk. Another customer here.
Well, I'm not a customer. I'm going to work here.
Oh, that would be nice.
I've been to the Labour Exchange. Here's my card.
What does your dad say about that?
Oh, he's not very happy. But he'll get used to it.
That's well, I to see a man working.
What do you want?
Oh, just dropped in for a chat. Thought you had a cup of tea you'd get this time.
No, I'm too busy.
What's the matter? Sum it up.
No. Why'd you ask?
I thought we got you tame. I thought we got you almost human. Are you going right back to what you were when you first come here?
Now, look, Stan, you've got a daughter, haven't you?
Well, if I haven't, I've been keeping a buckshy woman for a few years.
Now, be serious, Stan. Can I ask you for some advice?
What is it?
Well, it's Sandra.
What's up?
Oh, I don't quite know how to handle this situation.
What's she done?
Well, her mother wouldn't have liked it.
What's she done?
She's got a job.
Oh, is that all?
I think it's enough. She's gone against my advice.
Our Irma's always doing that.
What would you do if you were me, Stan?
Give her a good belting.
No, that wouldn't do any good. She's very stubborn. She'd even threatened to leave home.
Get over, she's bluffing.
You think so?
I'm sure she'll call her bluff.
Oh, I wonder.
Our Irma tried it once just before we come here.
Did she?
Going out with a lad I didn't like. I told her to stop. I'll leave home, she said. You do, I said.
Where have you been?
Labour Exchange.
Still determined to go through with it then?
Yeah.
In spite of what I said?
Yeah, told you if you try and stop me, I'll leave home.
All right, leave home.
I will.
Second good. Aye, she did.
It's all your fault.
How do you make that out?
You told me it worked with your Irma.
Oh, no, I didn't. I said she threatened to leave home, and I said go. He didn't let me finish. She went.
Hey, did you ever remember Nobby Kerrigan?
In a sell firewood?
No, that was Cousin Wilf. Nobby used to live in Ridgeway Street.
I know who you mean.
Worked at gasworks.
That's right.
Ah, lived with his granddad.
That's the fella.
I still can't place him. Did you say he lived with his granddad?
Yeah, that's right. You remember him. He was tall and thin.
Who was?
Nobby Kerrigan.
I thought you meant his granddad.
He used to knock about with Nellie Cross.
Oh, I remember Nellie Cross. We were in Standard 3 together.
Yes, well, she used to go out with him.
With who?
With Nobby Kerrigan. He had red hair.
Oh, wait a minute now. Yes, I think I do remember him. Did he have a little dog at one time?
Yes, I believe he did.
Black and white?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's it. I can place him now. Tall and thin with glasses.
That's him.
Worked at the gasworks.
Lived on Ridgeway Street.
Oh, yes, Nobby Kerrigan. I remember him now. What about him?
Well, did you ever see him?
No.
Oh.
Are you all right, Jerry?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, thanks, Mrs. Caldwell.
Yeah, I'll bet he's a bit bored stiff listening to us old folks chattering.
No, I find it very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, well, have another scone, Jerry.
Oh, thanks, just try one, Mrs. Caldwell.
They're homemade.
Oh, I'm very nice, too.
Yeah, it's a pity Mrs. Sharples couldn't get here for your birthday, love.
Couldn't even send a card.
Oh, well, now, let's forget that. Now, come along, Mr. Tatlock. Have a scone.
Thank you, love. Well, you've only got to die once.
Are you all right, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, sir. In fact, I think I'd better be going now, Mrs. Caldwell.
What for?
Well, I promised Mr. Fairclough I won't be long, so you've got a lot on, like.
Oh, that's all right, Jerry. You run along now. And I'm very pleased you could come.
Right, well, thanks very much for having me, Mrs. Caldwell. I'll take this with me, all right? Cheerio, then.
Right.
Cheerio.
Good on, Jerry.
Cheerio,
Thank you.
Jerry.
Good on.
Oh, he's a nice lad.
Aye. He hadn't much to say for himself, though, had he?
No, you're right there. But I always say the younger generation have lost the art of conversation.
Oh, I agree.
Hey, did you ever hear out of Agnes Robinson?
Oh, no, I haven't heard about her for years. She's married now. Married Bob Phillips.
Oh, I didn't know it.
Oh, a very nice man. Oh, more tea, anybody?
Thank you, love.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, love. Have you had a good day?
Rotten, I made 14 calls now, sort of thing.
Oh, sit down and get your dinner. I've got it in the oven.
Oh, you having so much?
No, I'm not hungry.
Oh, you've got to have so much.
Oh, I've been picking all day. I'll sit down and have a cup of tea with you.
Have you been out?
Twice round the backyard, if that's what you call out. Oh, and I've been to the gossip shop.
What?
Petties, where everybody pulls everybody else to pieces.
No, I thought it were only English Sharples that did that.
No, they're all the same. Oh, I'm fed up. I'm fed up to the back teeth. I feel like a prisoner.
Why didn't you go to pictures?
Not in the mood for pictures.
I'll tell you what, I'll get a couple of bottles and then we'll sit and watch telly, yeah?
No, I'm going out.
Where?
To the Rovers.
Oh, Mother, you're never going
Look,
there.
Dennis, I've done nothing to be ashamed of. And if anybody as much as hints that I have, I'll clout 'em right round the ear hole.
Right, come on now. You're down, Len.
I'm knocking.
Me.
Have me. 4-4. That's club of the lot of you.
Ha-ha. Chips.
Hey, I thought you were all knocking. Oh, great. Come on, get 'em in, Stanley. Same again, Mrs. Walker.
What about me?
Oh, I won for you, I know.
And have one for yourself.
Oh, my missy can spend my money all right.
Good evening, ladies. I've got something for you, Mrs. Caldwell. Oh, what is it? With the compliments of Mr. Walker and myself, many happy returns of the day. Oh,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Minnie.
I don't know what it is I've got, but I certainly make people shut up when I come in, don't I?
Good evening, Mrs. Tanner.
Good evening, Mrs. Walker.
Let me get you a drink, Elsie.
No, I'll...
No, I'm in the chair. So you won't. Go, listen.
Shut up, the lot of you, and listen to me. I'm sick to death of you. I don't want your charity, and I don't want your sympathy either. You make me sick, you do either. You're sitting there doing that or pretending to be nice.
Mrs. Tanner,
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
we all know how you must be feeling.
I bet you do.
But there's no sense in feeling sorry for yourself.
I beg your pardon.
Well, it's got to be said. We know you're in a dreadful position, but you're not entirely without friends. Your son thinks an awful lot about you, and Len here is just as worried about you as you are yourself. We all are. Of course we talk about it. It's only natural. But there isn't anyone here who wouldn't help you if they could.
Who's buying me that drink?
That's better. Was it? Gin and tonic. Gin and tonic, love.
Mrs. Caldwell. Mrs. Caldwell.
Oh, what is it,
Oh,
Charlie?
she hasn't forgotten you after all.
Oh.
Mrs. Sharples. There's a cablegram from her.
Oh, she hasn't forgotten.
Now, come on, Mrs. Caldwell. What does she say?
There you are, love.
Love and best wishes on your birthday, stop. Flying back tomorrow, stop. Arriving Ringway Airport, AM, stop. Love, Ina. Oh, she's coming back.
That's all I needed.